We're on the field post-game here at Dorn Park for Gatemen Postgame Live. Episode 5 or 6, we don't really know because they aren't seeming to upload properly at this here, but we're gonna roll through this one properly. Guys, tonight Wareham wins it 5-2 over Bourne. They are now tied for first place in the Western Division. We saw some standout guys tonight, Cole Freeman in particular.
Yeah, Cole once again really shined. Showed some pop in that first at-bat by taking a high fastball to left field. Almost reminds you of Dustin Pedroia, not just in his size, but also in his ability to handle that high pitch and drive it for power, especially to the pull side. Obviously shows his quickness on the base pass, and then really made the game-winning play in the bottom of the 8th by catching that pop-up and turning it into a double play. Ever since he's got here, he's been nothing but almost like an Energizer bunny for this game in offense.
It's definitely a good way to put it, and another apt MLB comparison that we've started to roll out this season. Andre will now go over to you and talk about Adrian Tovalin. I was a little bit disappointed because his home run call tonight on my part wasn't as enthusiastic as it could have been, but he was enthusiastic post-game with you. What did he have to say?
Yeah, he said, we talked about this a lot, it's kind of in the narrative of his season where it was like, well, he hadn't quite caught up yet to Division I pitching capabilities, and of course he's from Azusa Pacific, a Division II school, but he said he was just kind of trusting his approach and trusting the process, and he now has caught up to it, and we've seen it in the past couple of games where he has started to drive the ball. We saw flashes of it earlier in the year, but now it's starting to become more consistent. We're seeing it more consistently in batting practice, and he said to me after the game that it felt good to finally see one go over the fence, because obviously he knows that he's very capable of that, and he knows that it's something that he has in his arsenal, but finally seeing it in game action is something that's an added boost. Hopefully it'll get him going from here on out. And so he seemed very happy just to finally get one over the fence.
So that's Tovalin. He talked about Freeman. Jacob, you're now a part of this post-game show as well. And it seems like every single time we're talking about the bullpen, we would be remiss again if we didn't talk about it tonight. 9 strikeouts for this staff, and the bullpen after those first 2 innings was magnificent.
Yeah, 5 hits allowed by the pitching staff overall, including Brett Canine, the starter. And if you eliminate his 2 hits allowed, only 3 from the bullpen. Robert Garcia maybe looked the best of the year so far. 3 innings pitched, 1 hit, 4 Ks. He was really striking guys out. Started off his outing striking out Mendoza and McVeigh at the bottom of the 5th, and then Jake Mathis, who just recently signed the full contract with the Wareham Gatemen, came in, only gave up 2 hits in 2 innings, and struck out a batter as well. So it's coming together. Jerry Weinstein said yesterday that he's liking his bullpen. They're feeling more comfortable. Jim Lawler is all, we talked to him about the bullpen, and they're continuing to work hard. Everyone's helping each other out. We saw earlier today, Gunnar Leger was helping, I believe it was Jake Walters or Casey Mize it was, helping him try to form his pitches and maybe the circle change it was, and these pitchers want to get better, and everyone's helping each other, and that's what this is all about. It's player development. It's Jerry Weinstein's system, and everyone's buying in so far here, so it's really good to see.
And yes, Brett Canine and not Conine, as we've been calling him on the broadcast. Grandparents came up to me after the game and told us how it's actually pronounced. We'll admit we made fun of Jacob for originally suggesting that that's how it was pronounced. So we'll be better going forward. The PR dep knows his stuff, I guess. Get some final takeaways now. Andre, overall thoughts and lasting impressions from this game.
Well, I think the depth once again showed, and I think the depth are about to get deeper as two more players from TCU got here. That's a very talented program. Austin Wade, another leadoff type guy, another outfielder. We just saw Luke Bonfield get added, and he's already making an immediate impact, a couple hits today. And also Dalton Horton, another arm, maybe out of the bullpen, maybe as a starter. He's done both, and so we'll see how that affects this rotation and this pitching staff. So a bit of an embarrassment of riches right now for this Gatemen team that looks to be coming into form.
Down the aisle to you.
I like the defense tonight. There was one error. It was Gavin Sheets at first base. Almost pulled a Bull Buckner type move there. But that won't happen again, or a lot, I should say, throughout the rest of the season. Those are kind of iffy plays that don't really happen a lot. Gavin Sheets really solid defensively, and that's only the first error in the last couple games. So I like the defense tonight.
Matt, finish things off.
Well, Andre just talked about it. We have Austin Wade coming in from TCU. He's been activated, expected to arrive tomorrow. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the top of this order shakes out. Coming into the game, Joey Bartosik was in a 1-for-21 skid. He went 2 for 5 on the day and stole a base. Cole Freeman's obviously been letting it up. It'll be interesting to see as if Alex Destino starts to get some reps on the mound. Maybe his time in left field decreases as Austin Wade comes in, because Destino obviously played a full spring at South Carolina, and you're going to want to avoid to burn him out over the summer. So maybe we see some less Destino on the offensive side as he changes his focus onto the mound.
I'll now round things up with my final point. Luke Bonfield is a guy who I feel continuously goes under the radar. He's only made 2 starts, but he had 2 hits tonight, one of them going for a double. He's a guy who at Arkansas proved he can hit for extra bases, and right now Wareham needs that on the offensive side of things. He's in the 6th position right now. I would expect by the end of things, as the lights are going off,
I really hope that didn't just totally wash out this entire post.
I would just expect by the end of the season, Bonfield finds himself further and further up in the lineup, especially if Bartosa continues to struggle. But maybe, like you guys said, Wade takes the spot in the leadoff position. Regardless, that's all for a different day. Tomorrow will be at Spillane Field against the same Bourne Braves. It's a battle for first place here in the West, and the Gatemen now improve to 4-0 on Sundays. Who knew? So for Andre, Jacob, Matt, I'm Jacob saying so long and lights out here at Durham Park.
But did they score first?